That's right, Sasha Melody joins us on the program, Touching Base. Interesting history, born in the US, of course, with roots to the Caribbean, to this region via GT. And we say GT, we mean Georgetown, because in TNT we always say, get through now. That's our, when they say you get your GT, in Trinity we say, you get through. And, to me, I get through because coming out of what I'm seeing here via your history, being in the choir and starting off at school to now really be on your solo journey. Your GT? Yeah. Welcome, Sasha. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I recognize Jason Lee gave you the name Sasha Melody. A good friend of mine, he, of course, used to live in Trinidad, and he went up to the US years ago, migrated. How did that name come about? Why did Jason label you Sasha Melody?
Well, my name is really Alicia, but at the time they had Miss Alicia out, so I didn't want to come out as Alicia because I didn't want people to get confused. So we were trying for a while to come up with a name, and then he's like, you kind of fierce, like Sasha fierce when you're on stage. You're like all quiet, but then when you get on stage, it's like a different person. So we're gonna call you Sasha Melody because you always have a melody. That's how it came out.
So you normally do, as it relates to your music, put your own pen to paper. You hands-on with your productions, or you obviously would take material from folks? What is the creative process for you, Sasha Melody?
The creative process is I have producers that I normally work with, and right now I've been working with Friction a lot. So I will tell Friction, I like this song, try and make me something similar to this, or I'll be like, send me some samples. Sometimes I want to do a reggae, or sometimes he'll just send me something. Sasha, I have something for you, and then I'll pick and choose which ones I like, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can vibe to this one.
That's right. You would have spent the formative years there in Denver, Colorado, right?
Yeah.
That's a cool part of the U.S. That is, to me, a part that, how many West Indians up there? How many Caribbean people up there? Not many, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one there. Yeah, I didn't know anyone.
So I would imagine, your love affair with the music would have started from home in terms of what? Records, CDs? How you stick? I just was trying to find out the connection in terms of that music and your choice in terms of doing, soca, doing the music that is indigenous to us as West Indian people. Because I know your influences would have been pop, and obviously what would have been relevant there in Denver at the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I grew up with my mom and my dad, obviously, and they're both Guyanese. And I lived in Florida with my mom and dad until I was 8 years old. And then when my parents got divorced and my mom remarried, we moved to Seattle, and then we moved to Colorado. So when I was living with my parents, my dad is always playing soca, and so that's what I grew up listening to. It's only when I moved out, for high school, I went to my mom moved to Colorado, so we moved there, and then that was like hip hop and R&B, and that was like when Biggie and Mace and all of that. So every year I would come back to visit my dad in Florida, and then he was always blasting soca like Byron Lee, and then that's my love. So it's like you don't get that, and then when you get it, it's like you don't want to let it go. So then when I came back, I moved to New York for college, and I was surrounded around a lot of West Indians because I lived in Queens, and that's where I met Jason Lee, so I picked back up my roots.
Excellent. What other styles of music? What's your full scope and your full, I would imagine you are indeed flexible when it comes to the music. What else, in terms of other genres, are you able to execute?
Pop, R&B, I can rap.
Yeah?
Yeah, and soca, reggae.
Nice. So you're like can you say a triple threat? You're about 4 or 5 different angles you can take it from.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're here in Trinidad now to promote your song for 2016, Thirsty. Yeah? Give me some details on that.
Well, when you go in the club, you're thirsty, you want a drink. So that's where thirsty come about. But then also at the same time, there's a lot of times you're in the club and there's so much men coming at you, and you might not necessarily like that one, and you don't want to dance with that one, and you're running away, and he's still chasing you, and it's like he's thirsty. So I try to like combine all of that in a song, and then sometimes like every once in a while I'll see a guy that I like, and I'm like, oh gosh, he's hot. So I get a little bit thirsty too. So I just wanted to combine all of that in one song.
Sweet. So because you're saying, I mean, we understand the concept, yes, and that's a concept that we could all relate to, the concept of being, as we say, toss. But I love how you said it, thirsty. I want to hear the song itself. It's upstairs. Nico, bounce it from top with the thirsty, Sasha Melody. Plans to put visuals on this, or are there visuals already that I don't know about?
No, not yet. This song was just released today, and I do want to do a music video. So hopefully I'll probably shoot that in New York.
So you're here to promote, you head back to the US, and then you come back for the actual carnival itself?
Yes.
Yeah? So I would imagine close to January.
Yeah, around that time.
You're going to stay for the long haul?
I think so.
That's right. You're going to do mass and all that, Sasha?
I don't know yet. Maybe.
Ever did mass before?
Yes, but not in Trinidad.
Now, well, you need to put that, activate that, and get that in, get the wheels in motion for that. Yes. As relates to GT, that's your. I would imagine, there's a connection to GT based on your parents and your heart and a lot of family, and I would imagine still there. Have you been able to make some inroads into Guyana? Because I enjoy performing there. I could tell you, folks in Guyana really appreciate music, and they give you such love when they go there to perform. Have you been able to network, make some inroads across there in Guyana?
I have a few networks. I have one DJ in particular, but I have never performed in Guyana yet, but that is something I definitely want to do. But I do know one of my songs is in rotation in Palm Court, and that's like the big club over there in Guyana.
Yeah, give thanks. It will be, I would imagine, when it happens, and it will happen, it might very, very well be a very emotional time for you, because folks in Guyana, once they love our song, boy, they log on. And the kind of response is truly, truly tremendous. So tell me, as it relates to your social media handles, how can we monitor the progress? How can we, keep in touch via the music and see what's going on with Sasha Melody?
Well, log on to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. It's Sasha Melody, SashaMelody. I'm always posting constantly. I always want my fans to see exactly what I'm doing and be involved with me.
That's right. Sasha touching base. Thirsty, released today. As she would have mentioned, visuals should be out very soon. And she's back for the carnival, guaranteed. Sasha, anybody want to send some love to, give thanks to, feel free, it's all yours.
Well, thank you for having me here on Synergy. I just want to thank all my fans for supporting me, and it wasn't easy. And I've been struggling, and actually I'm my own manager. I do all my own bookings, all my own work. And if you want to book me, it's sashamelodymusic@gmail.com.
That's right. And the reason why Sasha could manage her own stories, she actually, watching her simple here, under her belt, a degree in music, music business.
A bachelor's degree in music business.
So you can't come with no kind of jokey contract, And a 2x4 kind of proposal, you know. She will say, what's that? Better than that. Yes, man. Sasha Melody touching base with Thirsty. Music for 2016, all the new hits, all the new music, right here on the live show. Sasha, all the best, safe travels back to the US, and we'll see you soon. So let me ask you this quick before we take the break, right? How we had a World Cup qualifier on Tuesday in Trinidad. Trinidad played the USA. If the USA is playing Guyana in a World Cup qualifier, who are you going to throw your support behind?
Guyana.
Ah, boy. Ah, boy. Yeah. I don't mind you would say that. I think most Caribbean people will say that. Once your parent is like, where you from now? Even though you're born there, it's like, where you from? And most people kind of have that allegiance to where their parents from, really and truly. So it's all good. We're staying into your heart, yeah?
Definitely.
Definitely.